Most people settle. They find comfort in predictability, routines, and stability. They plant roots in places that feel safe, repeat habits that feel convenient, and think the world will leave them alone. Stagnation is a scent that predators can smell. Wolves, competitors, enemies, they don't wait for you to fail. They detect the vulnerability in your stillness and strike. History is full of lessons for those who refuse to move. Nomadic tribes survived where empires fell because they never lingered too long in one place. Stability made the great cities easy targets. Motion made the tribes untouchable. Those who understand movement, unpredictability, and the danger of routine endure. Those who settle, even in comfort, become the prey. Your life is no different. The moment you become predictable, the moment you rely on habit rather than strategy, the moment you let life run on autopilot, you become an open target. Your enemies, competition, and circumstance will detect it before you do. If you want to survive, grow, and dominate, you must learn to move before the world can strike. This video is not about paranoia. It's about strategy. It's about knowing that comfort and stillness are a liability, and motion, unpredictability, and tactical flexibility are your greatest armor. Stillness is a luxury that kills. Most people believe that by planting roots, by creating routines, and by settling into comfort, they are safe. They think consistency is security. They think predictability is peace. Stillness broadcasts weakness. It's a scent predators can smell. Every routine, every fixed schedule, every predictable habit is a trail for competitors, opportunists, and circumstances to detect. The longer you linger, the more visible you become, and the easier you are to strike. History is ruthless in its lessons. Nomadic tribes outlasted empires, not because they were stronger, not because they had better weapons, but because they refused to stay in one place. The great cities fell to invasion and internal decay. The tribes survived because their movement was unpredictable. Their stillness never gave enemies a target. They understood that motion is protection and that routine is vulnerability. Every stationary empire was eventually breached. Every immobile individual is eventually exploited. The world does not wait for the cautious. It preys on the stationary. Safety is a mirage. Settling, even for convenience, is the first step toward being hunted. Stillness is an invitation to failure. Predictable actions create predictable consequences, and the consequences are often fatal to ambition, growth, and survival. Those who succeed are those who refuse to let their lives be catalogued by others. They create uncertainty, they shift direction, they become ghosts in plain sight. Their movement is armor, and their unpredictability is a weapon. For at least 3 days. Move at different times. Alter your schedule. Do not allow anyone, including life itself, to anticipate your pattern. Begin to cultivate unpredictability in small, controlled ways until movement becomes instinct. Every time you resist stillness, you deny the predators a target, and train yourself to survive in a world that preys on the stationary. Stillness smells like blood. Motion blurs your presence. Start moving before someone else writes your obituary. Motion is survival. In a world that preys on predictability, movement is your camouflage. While most people stay stationary, comfortable, and exposed, the truly dangerous understand a simple truth. If you are constantly in motion, you cannot be hit. Every step you take outside the expected path blurs your presence. Every habit you disrupt makes it harder for enemies, competitors, and circumstances to aim at you. Motion doesn't just hide you. It transforms you into an enigma, a force that cannot be contained or predicted. History is littered with lessons. Nomadic tribes didn't just survive, they thrived while empires crumbled around them. The sedentary, no matter how mighty, became easy targets. Their walls, routines, and predictable cycles were like bullseyes for those hunting power, resources, or revenge. Meanwhile, the tribes moved constantly, shifting locations, adapting strategies, and living with unpredictability as their shield. Motion blurred the target, and in doing so, preserved life, influence, and dominance. This principle is timeless. Movement is both armor and weapon. The moment you let life become a series of predictable motions, you are leaving yourself exposed. You're letting others aim before you even know there's a threat. Motion disrupts their aim. Motion keeps you untouchable. Motion transforms vulnerability into power. Comfort kills. Settling creates a clear target. Predictability paints a bullseye on your life. If you want to thrive, you must act like the nomads of history. Shift constantly. Disrupt your routines. Force life, competitors, and circumstance to chase you rather than the other way around. The less anyone can predict your moves, the less anyone can threaten you. Every step, every action, every disruption of routine becomes a layer of protection. Each act of motion blurs the target that life and others have been tracking. Cultivate unpredictability until stillness becomes unnatural, and your life becomes a force that cannot be pinned down. The more you move, the less vulnerable you become. The predator loses track when you blur your presence. Routine is the silent killer. Most people don't fear it because it whispers rather than shouts. They think habits, schedules, and repetition create stability. The brutal truth: routine is death by 1,000 cuts. Every repeated action, every unchallenged habit, every unquestioned schedule slowly erodes your flexibility, your adaptability, and your ability to survive when the world changes. The stationary die quietly, never realizing that their predictability was a slow poison. Look at history. Empires rise and fall not just because of wars or conquest, but because their systems became predictable. Soldiers march the same way, bureaucracies operate the same way, and leaders assume the world will act as it always has. Then a nomadic tribe, an insurgent, or an unpredictable force moves differently, strikes where no one expects, and collapses the giant from within. The lesson is clear. Rigid routine is vulnerability, adaptability is survival. Routine doesn't just stagnate you, it actively exposes you to exploitation. If you want power, growth, and survival, you must treat routine as a liability, not an asset. Flexibility, unpredictability, and adaptive motion must replace the safety of repetition. The moment you cling to habit for convenience, you are leaving yourself open to attack, to stagnation, and to obsolescence. Those who thrive are those who understand that small, controlled chaos is life's armor, and routine is its undoing. Begin to train yourself to thrive in motion, chaos, and unpredictability. Every habit you break is a layer of protection. Every routine you disrupt blurs the target further. The quiet death of predictability is far more dangerous than a single attack. Routine is vulnerability disguised as comfort. Change your habits. Stay unpredictable. Move like the nomad, and the wolves will never find your scent. Stillness is a scent, and routine is a vulnerability. Most people live life like sitting ducks, lulled into complacency by comfort, repetition, and predictability. They think stability protects them, but the world doesn't reward comfort. It preys on it. Settling in one place, repeating the same habits, and becoming predictable signals weakness. Wolves, competitors, and circumstances don't wait. They strike where opportunity is clearest. Motion is your camouflage. Nomadic tribes outlasted empires because they never planted roots. Their movement blurred the target, and unpredictability was their shield. When you shift your schedule, disrupt routines, and refuse to be cataloged, you make it impossible for predators, or even life itself, to aim at you. Motion doesn't just hide you. It transforms you into a force that cannot be contained or anticipated. Predictability is a target. Motion is armor. And routine? It's death by 1,000 habits. Every repeated action, every unquestioned method, every safe path erodes flexibility, adaptability, and resilience. Routine gives others power over you without you even realizing it. The truly successful understand that unpredictability, calculated motion, and strategic disruption are not optional. They are survival, growth, and dominance disguised as behavior. Remember, settle in and the wolves smell blood. Move and you blur the target. Disrupt and you survive. The stationary perish quietly. The moving dominate. The choice is yours, but the world won't wait.